So we are here at the moment at the Gili Eco Trust, which is on a tiny little island, Gili Trawangan in Indonesia. At the Gili Eco Trust, we're here trying to do everything environmental, so improve the lifestyles of the local community and start turning this island towards sustainable tourism and working out a zero waste culture. Our goal is to generally reduce the amount of rubbish being created whilst educating the local community in waste management strategies and to prolong the life and sustainability of this island. So what we've initiated on Gili Trawangan is a trash for cash kind of scheme. So we're getting all the businesses to actually separate their waste into 5 different categories, and then we'll pick up each category separately and process it in a different way. So at the Bank Sampler, we're actually trying to process as much plastic, tin, aluminium, Tetra Pak, steel, things like that, processing it on the island and sending it off to Lombok, who can then ship it further to Sulawesi, Sumbawa, or even China for some things as well. And then we're basically selling it. So what we're trying to do is show the Indonesians and the local community that every bit of rubbish that is on the floor is actually worth something, and it's worth money. So this is the Bank Sampler, so our recycling centre. Here we managed to separate all of the materials that are actually valuable and worth something, and then what they're doing behind me is they are processing the bottles, so they are ready to be squashed and compressed into a compression machine, which makes the bottles into like huge blocks of around 45 kilos. These blocks are then a lot easier to transport off the island and basically sell for a higher rate in Lombok. So we're trying to process simply by making the plastic raw like this, so taking off any other different plastics. So this is just pure PET, a plastic bottle. Once we've got enough of those, then we can compress them and then we can recycle the plastic lids separately. So this is Trawangan Dump, the heart of Gili Trawangan. It's where all of our rubbish ends up that doesn't make its way being separated through the Bank Sampler. Behind the main residents of the dump are actually some of the cows that we have here. They're allowed to roam free wherever, but they choose to actually come here just because there are still so many businesses that are not separating their waste between organic and plastic waste. So the cows innocently are here just to try and forage and try and eat as much of the compost as possible, but obviously they're accidentally ingesting tons of plastic, they're drinking a lot of water that has been polluted with lots of toxins as well. The cows, they eat here, they poop here, they give birth here, and they get sick quite often here as well. The reason why the Gili Eco Trust are on the dump is obviously our main aim is to try and reduce the impacts that we're having on the island by reducing the size of the dump. So we've got staff that are actually here trying to separate as much of the plastic that we can recycle. And the main thing that we're doing whilst we're here is collecting all of the glass. And we've created a circular economy for glass recycling just because we've got a very big problem with partying and alcohol on the island. So we need to be able to collect the glass. The glass never decomposes, it will never shrink down in size. So what we do is we actually collect the glass that we find on the dump and crush it down into a sand. And then with this sand, we mix it with cement and water to make bricks, and then we're selling that back to the businesses on the island as well. So that's what we're generally trying to do off the top layer. It's a race against time because every single day we're getting around 15 or 20 tons of rubbish coming in, being left here daily. So then we've got some extra staff that are trying to get the top layer and sift through some of the things that we can recycle and extract and manage to get it off the island. So whilst they're trying to eat as much of the grass and organic matter that gets thrown away from restaurants, they're accidentally eating loads of plastic bags. As we're working here collecting glass, we're also trying to remove the plastic from the mouths of the cows, but some of them are quite nervous, so they end up just kind of eating it in front of us, and there's not really very much we can do about it. So we tend to not try and eat the local beef, mainly because cows, obviously they're causing huge effects to climate change and producing a lot of methane, but on top of that, all of this rotting rubbish is also producing loads of methane as well. So people generally are here for a couple of days or a week, and they're partying, they're enjoying life, and they're doing what people do when they're on a tropical island. Not many people really realise that this is the impact of tourism and poorly developed countries. So we're just basically trying to boost awareness and boost education, give people as many tips to live as sustainably as possible. And when we're backpacking, we don't want to be exploiting the countries that we go to. We actually want to be kind of staying neutral or actually doing something and volunteering and helping out at the same time. So if you do ever find yourself coming to Gili or any little tropical island and you don't even have a chance to come and visit us, or you don't really have enough time, then just doing a few things as you walk about your daily travels, saying no to a plastic straw in your drink, trying to carry a reusable bag around with you and trying not to take away too much plastic with you. If you do see any rubbish on the beach, just take 3 for the sea. And if every single person that came to Gili took 3 pieces of rubbish instead of a shell away, our island is going to be a much cleaner place. So thank you from the Gili Eco Trust, helping us fight for a plastic-free paradise. Every little difference that you make makes a huge, big difference in the long run. So plastic-free paradise and eventually a plastic-free world.